All right. So here we are finally dealing with. So for those of you who don't know, somebody brought this image to me about 3 months ago and said, let's draw that. This is a faces class. And I said, not until we do at least one class on drawing the figure and one class on drawing hands. Now that we have done both of those things, and they are available on the video recording for anybody who has missed them, I think it's time for us we're able to start talking about how to structure this. Let's do this guy. I mean, it's a fabulous pose. There's a lot going on. It's kind of got a wonderful tension. There's a beard. His head is kind of tweaked in a funny way. There's a lot of things going on here that will make it interesting to cover. So the big question, of course, is how you start. And I'm going to show you how I would. So the first thing I'm going to do, you'll notice I'm kind of marking the top, the sort of middle of his beard. And the reason I'm doing that, actually it's probably up a little bit higher. The reason I'm doing that is that I actually would like to mark out the top of his head to the bottom of his head where his chin is. Right, just like we don't sketch hair in on the top of the head, right? We usually save that for like after we've kind of structured the face. It's kind of good to identify where you think the chin would be, like the bottom of the head would be, and then we'll build in the beard later. So Melissa, do you remember from figure drawing, what was the first thing we did in our figure drawing class when we were trying to draw proportionally? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was you take the head and you do it, I think, 7 times to the feet.
Well, not 7. However many there are, right? However many, you measure how many heads there are to the bottom of the drawing, right?
Yeah.
It could be 7, it could be 5, it could be 3, depending on what position the person is in.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right? You can't just like, but we're going to use the head distance to measure.
So it's like 3, maybe.
Yeah, well, like 3.5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So here's the final head 4. Remember, we've got the hands down here. So it's like 3.5 heads. So the very first thing we do when we come over to the paper is we're gonna define our head. And once again, I like to say this is a random designation. When I say random, I mean I get to decide how big this first head is from here to here. I'm not necessarily drawing. You can see my distance is a little bit shorter. And in fact, I'll probably make mine a little bit bigger. No, of course I made it exactly this. Anyway, my point being, you can kind of define the head the way you want to, and then that helps you define the vertical distance. So I come down. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to come from 4, and I'll come down 3.5. So here is where his fingers kind of end, right? And here is the top of his head. That's helpful, isn't it? In terms of keeping us. What else do these heads tell us? Like, where is this kind of lining up? And where is this lining up? It looks like his hands are kind of in between the bottom of head 2. They're in head 3, right? So if I was to draw a third head here, this hand is in here. This hand starts in here and ends a little bit below. And then the next thing I do, because there is a lovely kind of tension in this pose. I'm going to sketch on this quite a lot because I've got another copy of it. I want to see the gesture. And when I say gesture, I mean, in what way is this is this person's, how are they holding themselves against gravity? And can you see how I'm running these lines almost directly through the middle of his body? These are those gesture lines, which I'm going to put in because they show us things like how the shoulder is kind of sloping a little bit lower here and how the shoulder has this kind of completely different shape on this side. They show us kind of the slant of the face, right? The face is kind of slanting this way, and the relation of the neck. So you'll see I've drawn this here kind of at an angle, and then I've drawn this neckline a little bit slanted to the right and lining up here. And then down here, so it's like angle, angle, angle. What I like about gesture is before we measure too much, it helps us see the relationship of one thing to another. Right? It shows us where one shoulder is in relation to the other, where the shoulder is in relation to the neck. I can see here, and I'll measure this more completely. This kind of comes down like this. So here's like the shoulder girdle on kind of this side. Here's how the shoulder kind of bends on this side. This stops here, which if I were to go quite across is kind of above here, right? So if I were to draw a line straight across here. So it just helps me to start to form relationships that we don't normally think about, kind of take for granted. And then, good. And then from here, there's this line to the chest. It starts about here and it comes down just a little bit below the second head. See that? See how I'm placing that? There we go. And I may move these lines. I may not have this measurement correct yet. I can see that this line kind of goes straight across here. And that this line kind of angles in. I don't have anything that kind of simplifies movement, simplifies things. So Melissa, go ahead and try that. I'll send it across and I'll also take a picture. We're not done measuring. What's that?
I have to go get my phone. I'll show you what I have.
Okay. You've gone fast, eh? It's kind of what my, okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Well, so that's not bad. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.5. Okay, good.
I think that now I'm looking at it, I think the line.
This one is not really connected to the arm.
Yeah.
So notice, so what's happening is, right, this line comes down from the chest, and then this is the wrist, and then it comes down into the elbows. You need to bring that. Yep, absolutely. Good eye. Actually, otherwise, though, this looks pretty. And I believe your neck needs to come down a little further, too. See how skinny yours is? Yours comes up here, and then your line kind of comes too high. So bring your, yes, down. Yep. And see, I can't really tell that until I look at everything, right? Like I'm looking, that's what I like about this exercise. It kind of makes you look at everything, which nobody really wants to do. That's harder because it's harder work. By the way, look at how much space his hands take up. They're huge. The hand is like as big as the head.
Yeah.
That's almost always true.
It's true.
Yep. From wrist to fingertip, it is. Okay, when you're ready, let me know.
I'm ready.
Okay, send it over. Right? These are key lines, and they're this simple way of an elegant way of starting to connect with where is that forearm in relation to the wrist? Where is the shoulder, the top part of the shoulder on the right, on our right, his left, right, in relation to the shoulder on the left? It's interesting. Let's see. Pretty good. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Down. Yep. That looks pretty good. So as we start to structure these, and we're not done, of course, right? Because we have to measure and figure out where whether we've got things in the right places. But this is a really great beginning. Now I can, as I structure the head, which I'm going to do in a simplified way here. So remember that head is like kind of it's like this kind of egg or oval shape here that connects to the neck. And then here's the jawline. And then there's like kind of that side of the face. If we could see the jaw, it'd come up here. Like this. So if you want to, you can start to sketch that out. I know we can't see the jawline, but we can kind of see where it starts and ends. And there is this beard shape. And that's about I think, as far as we can go without taking a lot more measurements. I don't want to even get into ears and other things until let's get in that shape. And look at the shape of this. It's almost like an almond shape, or like an eye shape. It's sort of slightly curvy on the bottom, very curvy on the top, kind of angles down a little bit slightly. There's that. So Melissa, when you've got it, just send it over.
Okay.
I think you've got it. And then we're going to start doing some measuring here and here. Jessica, what are you working on? I've been following your plein air experiences. They are wonderful.
No, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm just doing just some exercises in studio. Nothing
Excellent.
big deal. Trying to keep pebbles out of the way.
Good luck.
Oh, annoying. Yeah. I find any type of focus in the studio at my easel is just like, I just shut down.
It's
like
hard.
when I go out, it's fine. It's not even like setting the time aside. It's just, I don't know, it's a mental thing. I can go outside and paint and I can stand for 3.5 hours and power through painting, no big deal. And I get into studio and I just, I don't know.
I totally get it.
Different.
That makes total sense.
Different.
Yep.
No, it shouldn't be like that though, because you need a balance.
I mean, it shouldn't be like that, but I'm not surprised it is.
Yeah, but studio work is very important to do. It's just as important as plein air, and I neglect it badly. And I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Art
it's
mysteries.
Like it's the art mysteries, right? And also remember, we're in this for the long haul. So it's all about kind of setting up systems that help you meet the goal, right? Like your plein air system, you've really got set up quite beautifully.
Oh, I have my studio set up just fine too. It's not a setup matter. It's a mental thing. It's not a physical thing. It's mental. I'm
not disagreeing with you, but I believe that setup is part of, when I say setup, I mean there's a mental setup that there's a mental part of the setup that you're just kind of ready to go. And
I'm always ready to go.
Yeah,
I wish I could make that excuse. I am always ready to go. Indoors, outdoors, it doesn't matter. I'm always ready to go. I mean, I can set up and paint in 5 minutes. It's not an issue for me. Yeah, it's not that. I don't know what it is.
I think you're not hearing me, or maybe I'm not saying the right words.
Oh,
Let me think about how to say the words right. I'm hearing you very deeply, and I'm not explaining it in the way that I mean, but I totally get it. It makes sense to me.
I'm glad it makes sense to someone.
All right, Melissa, are you there?
Yep, I'm gonna send it.
Send it over. I totally get it. I feel you.
Thanks, babe.
I just took a new job and it's been hard. All right. Good, Melissa. That's pretty good. Except that his face is really leaning here. It's not straight up and down, right? That's straight up and down. Face is leaning.
Is leaning that way. Okay.
Right. Because he's pulling away, right? So that angle is important.
I was wondering why that was looking funny.
Because it's not right.
Yeah, because I wasn't angling it right.
That's what I mean. Like, it's funny. We do this, but then we still have to pay attention to a lot of things like angles and relationships. So my next suggestion is that we're going to measure shoulder blades we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to look at the upper torso, like where the shoulder blades are. So there's a couple of lines that are really important. And one is here where the actual shoulder blades like are. So you see what I mean when I say shoulder blades? I mean, or sorry, not shoulder blades, shoulder joint, right? Then this round joint here.
Mm-hmm.
And here. So it's not like this, and I guess the scapula is like in between. So this is the relationship, right, that we need to find next. And I'm going to use my head measurement. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a line straight down here. And then I'm going to use my head measurement to check the length of this side. If I go from here to here, actually, that's interesting. If I go from here to here, can you see the relationship of if I go from the top of the head to the bottom of the beard?
Yep.
And this sort of edge of the neck here. So I can see, is this, oh, I need to bring mine out farther. So here's the very edge of the shoulder on this side. It's here. And I can even circle it if I want to, right? From here to here. Yep. And then from here to like here, oh yeah, look at that. So from here to here, this line should be the same. I need to bring my, wow, hold on. Yep.
Wow, I need to really bring it out.
You probably need to bring yours out a little bit more. Hang on, let me double check
Yeah,
here.
mine's really not.
What I'm going to do is two things, actually. I'm going to start with the edge here. Actually, if you look here at the neck point from here to here, that distance, right, which is kind of the outside edge, that is about this distance. So this, if I come here, yeah, you might have to shift your angle a little bit. Me too. This is the edge. This is the kind of other edge of him, right? This is where the other shoulder joint kind of lies. And remember, these lines are not they're not these lines, right? They're not the external lines. They're kind of the inner lines. So, but basically, yes, here and here. And then there's this kind of last line, which we can sort of use to double check things. That's about, it's two heads, a little bit more. The distance from one, right, shoulder joint to the other is about a little bit more than two heads. Yep. Maybe, Jessica, what I'm trying to say is that sometimes it's a matter of refreshing routine. Do you know what I mean?
Hang on. Oops.
You're
I thought I was on mute. I'm not.
You're really no, you're really good at giving yourself. I guess what I mean is sometimes you have to change it up. Like, or you're good at giving yourself assignments which keep you focused.
Well, yeah, I don't have one. Well, that's not even true. I mean, I have so many notes on so many series. I could be busy for years.
Right. But
I
you don't
have
want to
that.
give yourself any of them, right? For some reason,
Oh,
none of those are
I
appealing.
do. I don't know. I think it also, in all honesty, like I'm in the same room all day, every day. But
That's
going
a
into
lot.
the office, it's kind of like crappy too. And I'm also, I'm really exhausted. Like, it's just this internal exhaustion. It's pretty bad. And I don't know what to do about it. And
You
I
know
think
what?
that might also be why.
I feel that way too. I feel that
Yeah.
way too. I feel really tired and exhausted. I'm betting
It's not
Melissa
physical.
feels that. I'm betting Melissa feels that way too. By the way,
it's not physical either. It's not. And I sleep well, and I'm healthy, and I eat well. It's not that.
It's been a long few years. It's been a long, stressful.
Yeah, it has.
And stuff too.
Like we have the eclipse. That's true. That's true.
Eclipse, and then October is Scorpio, so it's always transformation and that time of year, I guess.
I mean, I am a Scorpio, so I'm up to my eyeballs in that crap all the time.
I'm tired too, though.
It's my kid's senior year of high school.
Oh, that's big.
We're doing college stuff, and I'm staring down the biggest life change that I've had since she was born.
There you go. Bang, bang,
it's
bang.
Really heavy. Like, it's a big deal. And I mean, I said to my friend who doesn't have kids yesterday, I'm like, I'm really coming into a huge new life phase. It's a huge new life phase. She's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, when your kid exits childhood,
that's
and
so
moves
huge.
home, it's so huge. And there's a lot that's going with it that I didn't anticipate. So it's a lot. It's just a lot. I'm just trying to be really nice to myself in general.
I got you. I feel you. I feel it. And you know what? I just became a grandmother yesterday.
Oh, well, congratulations. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty big too. I was never a mother, so feels like an unfair, but my partner's daughter, my stepdaughter had a baby yesterday. So I'm some kind of grandma.
Yeah, you are.
I'm some kind of grandma. I get it though. I'm real tired too.
Yeah. Boy, girl.
I find when a girl, she's adorable. Absolutely adorable. I guess I find sometimes in my art life that like you go really hard. I go real hard for a long time. And then I have to step back and go, okay, wait a minute. What am I doing? Why? Like I get kind of exhausted by the going through the series, going through the systems. And sometimes I need I don't even know how to put it. And I'm definitely in a phase like that now.
I went real hard last year.
You did.
And thought I would hit the ground running this year. And then I kind of did. And I sort of lost a lot of steam. Like I went a couple of months without even plein airing. And I'm okay now. Like I can do it. But I don't know. Like I've had that, but it can't be the thing of it lasts forever because life is short, like I'm not 30 years old anymore.
Yeah, that's I think more the issue. And Melissa, by the way, once you get to this point with this weird little gear shift, this
I'll show you what I
triangle. Show me what.
I don't know if I have the
exactly right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have the measurements right, but let me show you.
Yeah, Jessica, that's exactly it.
It's just a lot.
It's a lot, and you have to kind of like reassess what you're doing and why. Right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty good. Melissa, you're quite a good measurer. I want to really give you that. Okay, hold on. I got to check your measurements. No, all the time. You hold on. It's funny. My other students fight the measurements, but not you. You grasp onto them
Like they're my friend.
Right, because they help you, right? Do the thing that you need to do.
I mean, I don't know how to do it without them.
Yeah, that's what
They're my friends.
I think that your shoulders are a little.
That's what I was.
They're a touch wide. I think you need to bring the shoulders in a little bit on either side. So when you drew your circle, I think so. Do you see where? Here, let's see if I can show you this. Do you see? Nope. I'll sketch it. I'll show you where I think the end, the beginning and end of your drawing is. And I think you drew a circle and extended it further.
Yeah.
That's what you did. So scoot your circle in.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll scoot it in.
Yep. Scoot it in.
I can see it is long. So
Yep. So you see, this is like one of those extra but do you see how everything is kind of relational?
Yeah.
This is total fascinating logic brain, right? Because we're like having to approach this in a very relational, everything is related to everything else. Let's see. And actually, let me double check. Yes. So my circles happen to be on the edge. Your circles went farther. And then as I start to sketch out, I can notice, for example, I'm not going to do everything. We're not going to get into the fancy bits, although this is going faster than I thought it would, right? I'm sketching in the outer shapes that you want to get to next. And of course, there's this one. This is why I always do at least two. Okay, here, I'm going to send this over to you so you have it. But I'll also demo it. These arms are going to be a little thicker than we think they are because they're coming a little bit forward. So be aware of that. I also see that this bottom line here, this bottom arm, up like this. Yeah, geez. He's very beefy.
Yes, he is.
And very proud of himself.
Oh yeah. Like, check out my muscles.
He's got great muscles though. I mean, you can't you gotta give it to him.
Fault him. Yeah.
You can't fault him. Exactly.
That's some good muscles.
Some good muscles.
Leah, how is my cat Hermes doing?
Your cat Hermes is having the time of his life. I think he's like the happiest cat I have ever met.
How many owners does he have now, do you think?
Good question. I mean, he's very much home, like, although he roams, he comes back, right? Like
someone's feeding him besides you.
Yeah, probably.
Guaranteed. That cat's a hustler.
He is. Actually, the story were you around when Mabel, the stray cat, was hanging around? And then
no.
So there's been two stray cats that have been hanging around. And one, she left because he was kind of chasing her away, but the other is a boy cat, kind of his age, and they are like best friends. So he comes and hangs, and he looks just like, here, I'll send you a picture of him. He looks just like Hermes. So,
wow.
Yeah,
that's
he does.
unusual. Hermes is an unusual cat.
A friend of mine said to me, you have a type. When he looked at all three cats, he was like, you've got a type.
Jeez.
Shoot,
yeah,
I don't
I
have
guess
any.
Mooka's a little similar.
They're all similar. They all look the same. So we called this other one Boy Mooka because he's a boy. And he comes and goes and plays with Hermes during the day, and they like have the best time. So Mabel moved to a house about 5 blocks down. And then Boy Mooka moved in.
Okay.
And everybody, and because Boy Mooka's moved in, he always has a playmate.
Nice.
It's the cutest. It's very cute. How are your babies?
They're annoying. Actually, only Pebbles is really annoying. They're good. Pebbles is pretty annoying. The other two are not as annoying because they're not in my face constantly.
Your name came up, by the way, in the Australian Asia class because I showed everybody the Derwent eraser. And,
yes.
And I was like, if there's one tool that you want to get, we were talking about tools, of course, and a lot of them are gear heads. So one was like, well, and I was like, this is the one tool that you need.
And did you tell them that you didn't believe me when I told you?
I did. I said I didn't believe it. And then one of our
And did you tell them that I didn't
my
believe
friend
it either?
Jessica, yep. And I said, I so didn't believe it that Jessica had to send it to me. And and then one woman did not understand how it worked. She literally, I had to explain it to her. I'm like, I press a button, there's an eraser on the end. I press a button, there's a battery. And she was like, I just don't get it.
Wow.
Like, oh
really?
God, it was kind of hysterical. Yeah, it was the woman from Japan. She just didn't get it. She was like, how does that work? What? And I'm like, there's a battery.
Invented in Japan.
I know. It was very funny.
Her toilet is probably more complex than that eraser.
It was so funny. I just thought it was very funny.
That is pretty funny.
Not funny. But anyway, they were all like, mind blown as always, wanting the fanciest gear, wanting all of those things. And
that's really funny. How
it was cute.
Yeah,
they're like little babies. Like, they've never gotten to have a class before, right? So they're like the babies, and they're so excited that they've got to have a class, but it's all the basics. It's really cute. Yeah. They're very charming too. They're all like, I see what's happening here. They're all super into it. They're from all over Asia and Sydney, and I don't know. It's neat. It's a whole new group. It's really good.
But they don't understand electric erasers.
One of them didn't. She sure didn't.
What a thing to not understand.
I know. I think she finally.
What do you get into drawing?
Yeah, I'm like, yes, this is going to be problematic.
Possibly.
It was fun. But anyway, I brought your name up because I was talking about the value. I was extolling the values of the electric eraser, and
yes, its virtues do need to be extolled.
You all think that it's the. You all think that it's the pencil that matters and the paper that matters. It is those things are important, but it's a lot less that and a lot more this. Okay, Melissa, I'm going to tell you right now, this arm line is not doing what you think it should do. So pay attention here. Really look at that. And can you see how I've sketched in just the outlines of the fingers and the hands? We'll deal with those. So here, really. Yes, if I really want to be real about this, if I want to be really helpful to you, I'll do this over here. Here, here, here. And that weird line. Yeah, it was cute. They're cute though. They're really into it. They're so excited that they get their own class.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Every Friday night, I think I can't do it. I can't stay awake. I can't do it. And then I get on, and they're so adorable. I can't like it. Like I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so cute.
That is cute.
Hey, and you know what? I just realized we can send a survey across each of the class threads. That's how we get everybody.
Mm-hmm. You know how to set up Google Forms, right?
Yeah. I could just send a link across the WhatsApp thread and say, please fill this out.
You could.
I could.
And also put it out in the email because people never fill it out.
Right. And then email it to people individually. I do have a list of attendees. I actually do. I just have I have a
put it in your class update emails. Yeah, get Tashween to help too. I'll help you also if you need assistance.
You know what? I would love, can I send it over to you? Can I come up with some questions and then send it over to you? That would be great.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
Absolutely. Of course.
That's a good idea.
Good. I needed to have a good idea today, and now I've met my
You have a good idea. You had a great idea, gal.
No. My work here is done.
And this is going faster than I thought it would. Maybe we'll finish this in 2. Huh. I don't know. Let's see.
So, Leah, do you give your cats treats?
I don't. Well, that's not true. I give them the shredded, dried chicken breast because they love it so much. Do you?
Not well. I don't eat meat, so not that. But I started giving them Temptations cat treats. This stuff is like crack.
They love. I have some of those.
Yeah, it's like freaking crack. Pebbles never used to yell at me, and now every day, multiple times a day, she yells. She wants them.
She wants them.
She yells though. It's really obnoxious and annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So be careful on those.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And they will never leave you alone. They're addicts. They're all addicts now. Pebbles is the worst one.
Oh. I'm still thinking about this other question. I honestly think this is, I can really feel a shift Um,
Where are you going with that, Leah?
I don't know. I can feel I'm trying to like put, it's so hard to put words on it.
No. Words are hard.
Words are hard. Darn words. I can feel it. It's a shift. It's hard for me to know, like, separate my own experience. I just started a new job. So I'm trying to integrate that into my practice time.
What job?
My work. I'm working as a barista at Starbucks, 20 hours a week.
How's that going?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Melissa, if you're ever at 60th in Columbia, come by the drive-thru and say hi.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll give you a free drink. It is honestly, it is so hard. I cannot believe anybody like sticks with it, but the people are joyous who work there, are absolutely lovely. And I get full health insurance, and I get an IR, the company pays for my retirement, and and I get Starbucks.
You get
stock.
You get full health at
full health at 12 hours a week if I wanted to go that low.
Serious. That's
seriously.
How much do you pay for a doctor visit?
I mean, for in the health insurance, I don't know yet. I haven't qualified for it yet. I have to be there 3 months. Okay. But it's full medical coverage. From everything I understand, it is absolutely. Nobody seems to, I don't know what the actual benefits are, and I'm assuming I have to pick a plan, but everyone says it's fantastic health, and who works there says it's fantastic health insurance. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm up to $45 a doctor visit with my insurance.
That I do not know.
Yeah, it's bad.
That is bad.
It's terrible.
Yes, but it's better than like now I have an Obamacare plan that's not bad, but it's almost $300 a month. And this health insurance plan I can get, which is better. I can get health, vision, dental, mental health, all of it for like, I don't know, $50 a month, something like that.
I pay, I think $180 per paycheck for my health insurance.
Yeah. So that's about $300.
Yeah. But if I get paid an extra paycheck per month, then I'm paying, $180 extra. It's not per month, it's per paycheck. So yeah, $45 to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. $45 to go to the doctor. And that's good.
That's a lot.
I mean, if you don't have the insurance, it's much, much more.
Yeah. That's
true. Yeah. So
government jobs, like my friend works for the city, and her insurance, it's $5. Her doctor does this.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. From company to company, it's different. Starbucks, people love the employees love their insurance. They're very happy with it.
I'm really happy.
If I didn't have a college degree, they'd pay for that for free. Wow. But it's really hard work. Oh my God. I mean, I've never just a week ago, I got stuck in a rush on the bar. Like, so I could do all the other jobs, right? Like all the taking money and the taking the orders and and the putting the food in the oven, although that can get very hectic too. But like, have you guys ever seen that I Love Lucy thing where she and Ethel are at the chocolate factory?
Yes.
Yes. And I had all these like drinks shooting at me at the same time, and it just went on for like 2 hours. And I was like desperately behind. I could never catch up. I was like trying to make it was just, oh my God, it was terrible. I walked out just thinking, this is hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard work.
Yeah, it's hard work, but I enjoy it. And it's what it's done is kind of reinvigorate my studio time, because now I'm like I'm like so excited to be in the studio. But it's changed the routine. So I'm like, oh, okay, how do I like get back into this thing. And I just finished a big show, a big show season, which started really well. I mean, I have one or two more shows, but the big ones are over for the year, and they went great. They went really good. But like, it's funny, it leaves you with this kind of like slightly empty feeling as you're trying to figure out, okay, now what do I, sort of gear up to do?
Yeah.
So that's where I am. And it's weird. So I'm just kind of trying to figure things out. Melissa, how's it going?
I'll show you what I
show me where you're at.
I'm still trying to work through everything.
I got you.
Like so many things that I'm like trying to fix.
I will tell you that learning to be a barista at Starbucks has made me a lot more, even more sympathetic as a not bad. It feels to me, actually, this is really not bad. Hold on, I want to see something. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3. Something feels slightly, so look at your angle here. You've got it kind of more straight up and down, and it's really kind of more angled out.
Oh, okay.
This is actually straight, and you have this angled down, but really this is straight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then look, this arm isn't too bad, actually. Look at this. So look at this kind of let me put it. Look at this relationship. See how the arm comes in, the torso goes up. So the torso goes up, the arms comes this way. It makes this little, you kind of have this line going, but it doesn't exactly, it's curving, but it doesn't catch this jutting.
Yeah.
Got that?
Yep.
That's kind of a gesture thing. Other than that, though, it looks pretty good. And I think we might be able to go on and get a little bit more done here. God, that's amazing. Well, I'm going to take this off. Get back to looking at. All right, so I can do another set of edges. Melissa, before you get more into this, tell me where the light's coming from, the main light source. Can you see it?
It's coming up look at the center, but more on the left side.
On the left side?
Or
where's the lightest part? Where are the lightest parts?
On the left.
I mean, this is the right. Well, I mean, it's his left, but let's stick with what we're looking at. This is right.
Yeah, right. On that right shoulder.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the main, I mean, there's more than one light source in the room, but you can see. So shadows are kind of, right, jutting off to our left. Notice that it's lighter here, which means this whole part of his, like everything that's light here. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do some erasing first. Anyway, let's not get too far into it until you're ready. I am going to start erasing some of these gesture lines because they are not so helpful to me anymore. I'm getting kind of in the way. There should usually be this aha moment when you get rid of the gesture where you're like, ah, yeah, that's working. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. So get rid of your circles.
Okay.
Get rid of these kind of extra boxes, except for around the hands. We'll keep those in. Get rid of your gesture lines. Because now we need to be able to see these inner shapes. You can keep this line here though. And then you can kind of start to sketch in these shadows and sort of lighter areas. And I think the most interesting light area is in this shoulder.
Be right back.
Yes. So where's your kid going to go to college?
Don't know yet. She's still applying.
Is it going to be for dance?
Oh yeah. Yep. That's what she does.
Exciting.
Does it very well. She wants Juilliard bad.
Yeah.
We did a tour, and I wasn't sure about it until we did the tour. You know, I didn't know anything really about the program. I actually think if she can manage to get in, it would be a perfect fit for her.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, and now we just did another college tour at USC, which she doesn't want to go to. She doesn't want US. They have a phenomenal dance program, but she doesn't want to go.
Right. She wants Juilliard.
Right, but USC is really different in that they have a very my kid, she's super smart, but she doesn't want to be in college for academics, which is fine.
Right.
She just doesn't want to go that route. There's nothing, it's not that she's not capable of it. She just doesn't want
she wants to dance.
But USC is very much dual dance and academics. And it's just not what she wants. And she also, wants to be in New York.
Right.
She wants to stay in the city.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just this whole thing I have to figure out. And they only have auditions in LA.
So are you taking her there? Are you gonna
I would
take
have
her
to go there.
LA?
I would have to.
If you went to LA, you could stay with Diana at the press club. I know she'll pick you guys up and probably help you get around.
I don't know Diana as well as you do, though.
You could. Just saying. I'm sure.
But I don't know what I don't want to impose on anybody is the thing. And we have to keep to a schedule.
That is
her
so
audition exciting. It would be like an all-day thing. It's the cost of it that I'm concerned about. Because I have to fly out there. It's 2 nights.
Yeah.
Her audition's all day. And then flying back the day after. You can't, do all of that. Rush.
No.
I don't know. I have to really figure this out. And for a school she doesn't want to go to.
Right. So but maybe not.
She still has to keep her options open at the same time.
There's nothing else in New York area that would help?
I don't know. She's not applying to Fordham Ailey. I don't know. I've got a call on Saturday with one of her teachers. We're going to talk about this more because I'm really overwhelmed.
I can imagine.
And I have no money for anything. I can't afford anything. So
right. So she's going to have to get scholarships, right?
She has to get a free ride. She has to because I can't afford it. I mean, the room and board on Juilliard is more than my rent.
Yeah. Nope.
We're talking about $60,000 tuition programs plus room and board and expenses on top of that. I can't do that. I mean, it's not even I mean, there's no way.
No way.
It would be like somebody just telling me to go buy $1 million home.
Right.
No. Not only I wouldn't be allowed to.
Right. Right. I got you. Oh God, no wonder, Jessica, it's big. This is all big stuff.
Yes, I'm going through big stuff.
You're going through big stuff. I wish we lived in the same place. It would be nice.
Me too.
All right, Melissa, are you back in or are we out? Or I don't want to keep going until I got you back here.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, great. Okay.
All right, cool. So, I actually am going to drop off the call.
Okay.
And say goodnight. And it was lovely to see you.
Good to see you too, honey.
And chat. Bye, Melissa.
Bye.
Bye, Leah.
Bye. We'll talk to you soon.
Man that we're drawing.
Yeah.
By the man. All right. Bye, Leah. Be in touch. We'll
be in touch.
Whatever survey. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you, sweetheart. See you soon.
Bye.
All right. So the first thing I've done is kind of spell out on his body the lightest areas. Can you see that? How I've kind of...
Yeah, I started to kind of put the light stuff in.
Okay, great. Then let's start by doing that. You'll notice the arms have a light and a dark side, right? Kind of here, it's darker, and then here, right here, right on this side, it's a little bit lighter. Over here, I think you can see. And look at this, you can really see how that, even though we can't see, and there's a shadow under here, by the way, which I'm kind of sketching in. I'm kind of just trying to sketch out the darkest parts. And actually, so I'm sketching out the lightest parts, and then I'm kind of trying to get in some of the darkest parts, the darkest shadows. And can you see how I'm like, and I'm kind of moving around the figure. So this is like dark, but it's not as dark as what's happening here. I'm kind of moving really between the lightest and the darkest parts. And you know, you've got these very dark lines here. It's kind of darker here. You can really tell that the light's coming from the right side because can you see this? It's kind of darker here and lighter on this side.
Yep. Yeah,
the arm is
dark in this end there.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That kind of, you can start to see those, once you sort of identify where the light's coming from, you can start to see how those patterns, and I'm just sort of working around. So you can really see how as things turn away, like down here, things are a little bit darker. Down under here. So we're not really dealing with the hands yet. You notice I'm kind of avoiding those, and we might have time to get to a little bit of the face. You might. Well, Melissa, would you take this class if it was held a little later? Would that be like ideal for you?
Yeah, I think it would be.
Okay. I'm gonna think about doing that. I might do it in December, but definitely. So. It's interesting and kind of moving around the figure. Even these areas, which are lighter, are not like the way like this is. So they need a little shading. Love it, these big blank spots where the hands are. We are not dealing with those until we get other things taken care of. And you'll notice when you really start to get into it, that like a lot of figures are kind of left with the hands just kind of like flippers. They don't look that bad. You can tell. You'll start, if you do like a sort of search for figure drawings, you'll definitely see that happening. And then I think once we've gotten here, we might have a little time. You're going fast. I tell you, Melissa, you're actually really quite good at this.
Really?
Yeah. Do you not feel that way?
I don't know, man. I'm like my toughest critic because I look at my stuff. I'm like, this doesn't look right.
You know what it is? You're just learning to do something new. So it's not, right? It's new for you, right? Like there's a whole new thinking, but your measurements are good. Yeah, no, I think I think particularly since you've started, it's been a tremendous.
Oh, I look at my earlier stuff and it's like, what the hell?
Right.
Like, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah. get pretty far. That's interesting. Well, let's see. Well, we've got about half an hour left. Hey, I'm going to go grab a cup of tea. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna show you. I'm not feeling so well. I think I'm gonna lay down.
All right. Do you want to stop? Why don't we just stop here?
Okay, because I don't know. I'm feeling lightheaded and I think I just had a long day. I think I just lay down.
All right, sweetie. Let's stop here. You got your private lesson. Hold on. I'm going to
I
remove
know.
the spotlight. Hold it up. I want to see where you're at because I think this is really good.
Oh, here, let me
turn your light on and then lay down. Where do you live? You've got a fabulous view.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's facing I don't know if it's east or west or. Oh, I don't know if this helps.
I think it does.
I don't know if you can
hold
see.
it up. Oh, all right. Stop right here. Let's stop right here. We will pick this up next week.
Okay, cool. Because I don't know. I think I just had a long day, so I think
I totally get it. I totally get it. And thank you for showing up to class. And we'll see you soon.
Well, I'll see you next class.
We'll see you next class, and we'll finish this. And you're doing great. You're doing really great.
Thank you. I really appreciate your encouragement.
It's been impressive to me. And what I really notice is the measurements seem to really make sense to you.
Yeah, that really helps. So
yeah. All right. Feel better, honey. And I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.